How many of you have ever struggled with something so personally painful that you know you are the only person in the world going through that right now? Yeah. It's a really alone place to be. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guest. When I was born a pretty average-sized human being, 7 pounds, some ounces, 20 inches long. You know, my mom had me a little bit early, which was rare for a first child. But early on, I knew there was something wrong with me. I just had that feeling all the time. I went to kindergarten, I had to put my head down because the kids would point at me for the one that had just done something, and I was usually out daydreaming. I had no idea what was going on. Started to become clear and focused on my weight. When I was 7, I was sugaring my frosted flakes, and my father sent the sugar bowl flying out of my hand across the room. When I was 9, my aunt announced that she was getting married, and I asked if I could please, can I go to the wedding dance? I want to go to the dance, because you know I love to dance. My dad decided that it was time to act and that I would be really motivated to lose weight if he used the wedding dance as the carrot. So he set a bet with me that if I lost a pound for every 2 pounds he lost up to the time of the wedding, I could go. I ran through cornfields, I watched what I ate. I was 7, but I beat my dad at that bet. I even got a pretty little pink dress to wear to the wedding. When I was 11, I did 9 already. When I was 11, I was sent to Weight Watchers. And that was conditional as well. Dad thought that money would motivate me. So he said, for every week that I lost weight, he would pay for that week. If I stayed the same or went up, I would have to pay for it. I hated Weight Watchers. I hated all the women there. I hated walking in the door knowing I was going to be judged either positively or negatively. It didn't matter. I didn't want to hear it. Oh, Celeste, you're looking really good today. You've lost some weight? Or your clothes are looking a little tight today. Did you have a little too much before the meeting? I started doing what the wrestlers did and fasting and spitting in a cup before I'd have to weigh in so that I wouldn't have to pay for the meeting. Even the scale judged me. Either I'd done great or I sucked. Either way, I was going to eat because it was either going to be the reward for losing the weight or it was going to be punishment for gaining it. When I was a freshman, I got my first job off the farm. Not on the farm. At Dairy Queen. It was a half a mile from my house, very convenient, you know. And I weighed 180 my freshman year going to Dairy Queen. I was probably 5'7", 5'8". Over the course of 4 years, I grew 3 inches. I gained 40 pounds. I met my ex-husband fresh out of high school. We fell in love. I dropped out of college and moved in with he and his mother. It was a lot of fun for a while, and he asked me to marry him when I was 23. Well, of course I had to be able to fit into my princess dress. So I went to the doctor. There was a new drug on the market. She prescribed fen-phen to me. I lost the weight, and I got in the pretty dress. She didn't tell me it could hurt my heart. At age 26, the scale was reaching numbers I didn't know it had. At 27, I was sitting in a chair at work in size 24 jeans that I could no longer keep buttoned and zipped if I wanted to breathe. I was devastated. I despised myself. There was so much hatred coursing through me. It was unbelievable. I spoke to a woman who was having a great deal of success with the Weight Watchers program at work, and she was having just she'd lost 24 pounds, she was feeling good. So I made a decision that day that I was going to go to the open house they were having in a couple of weeks, but I wasn't weighing in. I wasn't getting on that scale. They were going to be the same old biddies they were when I was a kid. Forget it. Monday night before the open house, I headed outside to be with some friends, and I missed the very first step at the top of the staircase. I heard a loud pop, and I fell all the way down the stairs. They set me up upstairs with a glass of wine and a Vicodin and some ice. The next morning, my ankle was black, and I couldn't put any weight on it. I went to the hospital, got crutches, found out I had torn the ligaments out of my ankle. And I went back to work, where I had to encroach on my coworkers for assistance. I couldn't carry my own lunch tray. By Thursday, I understood that I needed to go to Weight Watchers, and I needed to weigh in because it was simply asking for help and support from people who understood the pain I was in. It took me 5 years to lose 85 pounds, and another 5 years to top 100. But I understand the pain that people are carrying when they're carrying